Welcome to our YouTube channel Grabbing Concepts. So today we are going to discuss about the ethics in engineering. That is a subject of first paper in ESC. That is engineering services, which is conducted by UPSC. So before going to discuss about engineering ethics, let's just see how to study and how to follow our videos and how to solve the questions, how to get the marks in ethics. So this is the course plan. Actually, we will complete within the short period itself. I think within 3 videos, which will be containing only 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Within 3 videos, we will complete it. The basic definitions and everything we will complete it. And you don't have to make any notes. Just go through the definitions. And if you know the definitions, if you can understand the question, the language of the question, then you can solve the question easily. So just go through these videos, and whenever you want to revise the things, just go through these videos again. So no need of any notes. So again, solve the questions. I am saying solve the questions, then only you can get the number. Solve as many questions as you can. At least I will suggest you to solve at least 30. And if you can understand the language, then it is easy for you to make marks. It is easy. I am saying the ethics is the easy part. And there are around 10 subjects. And ethics in coaching, I think they will take around 3 or 4 days. But I think you don't need that much time, because this is the shortest. I think shortest it will be around only 1 hour. So let's discuss about what is ethics. So ethics is a branch of study about what is right or what is wrong. It is a study of what is right or what is wrong. So here we will be starting it with the morality. So we will understand the morality. What is morality? It is individual conscience. That means personal awareness of what is right or what is wrong. So actually it is individual concept. It will be dealing with an individual. I mean, if we talk about you, then we are talking about you only, not about the group. And you are unique person. You are a unique person having unique qualities, and that will be dealing. You will be dealing like in day-to-day life. You will be seeing what is right, what is wrong, according to your definitions, according to your individual conscience. So here is the example. I think from example you can understand. Ram thinks cheating in exam is wrong. So I am Ram, and I am thinking that cheating is wrong in exam. So but Sham thinks cheating in exam is okay. So this is what the individual conscience is. Someone will be thinking someone thinking will be different according to the concepts and the qualities, the experiences he will face. It will be different. You may be seeing the things differently, and other person will be seeing the things differently. Because of the experiences he had seen in his life, he'll be dealing it differently. So this is all about it, morality. So then what is ethics? Up to now we are discussing about morality. If we take morality in group, then it is ethics. It is ethics. If morality is generalized, then it will be called as ethics. What I am saying is, in a village, and I think they will be having same qualities, almost same qualities. I am saying they may be different, but their values, their qualities, and morality will be same. So morality in group is called as ethics. I think you understood the concept. You grabbed the concept, I think. So they are similar in nature, and sometimes they are used interchangeably. They will be used interchangeably in books also. So what are the values then? Values. What are the values then? So भैया, Values are the foundation of an individual person ability to judge between right and wrong. So individual judgment, it is individual judgment to see what is right or what is wrong. It is their morality, values, and these things are, I think, similar in nature, but they will be having slight difference. Slight means slight difference. It is the judgment. It is the judgment of individual person's ability to see what is right, what is wrong. I think it is psychological in nature, and it is deep rooted beliefs. It varies with person to person, and these are the examples: integrity and honesty. These are some examples of the values. Integrity, I think you heard many times integrated person, like he is the person who is having integrity. But that means integrity means doing what feels right for you. I suggest you to follow this, because you will not be having any regrets in your life if you do what is right, what you feel is right. So integrity is undividedness in the personality. That means you won't be changed. Your beliefs won't be changed, and you won't be changed by the external circumstances. That is called as undividedness in the personality. And the definition also follows the same this concept also, doing what feels right for you. And other term, honesty, I think you will be knowing that what is honesty. These are the values. These are some values, and it is also deep rooted beliefs. These are the deep rooted beliefs. Okay, this is the this is value. And ethics versus law. So ethics versus law. So what is the difference? They are also similar in nature. Ethics versus law. Ethics also will be similar to law. So sometimes what is ethical may not be legal, and what is legal may not be ethical. So how? Sir, how? So see, mercy killing. I think you heard about mercy killing. That means you know that person will be going to die. You know that the person will be going to die within month, and he is going through a, that means hard times, and he is feeling extreme pain. I'm saying extreme means extreme pain, and he will die within 30 days. So what you can do here? You will ask the doctor. You are I think you are relative to that person, and you will ask the doctor, please kill him first. Please, he is not sustaining the pain. He can't sustain the pain. Please kill him. So will you do that? No. It needs a sign from the government authority. I don't know exactly about it, but this is not legal actually, but it is ethical for you. It will be ethical, and this will be different for this will be different opinion for different person. So you have to think whether it is right or wrong. So it may be look ethical, but it is not legal. So you can think of the some examples what is legal may not be ethical. Think about it. Do some get some examples from the Google. It will be very very much interesting. If you study this ethics subject, it is very much interesting. So this is what ethics versus law. The question will also be like the question. I think one more question I have to add. So the micro ethics versus macro ethics. So micro ethics means engineering, like the engineering. We are talking it in engineering perspective. So it is an engineers. It deals with an engineering candidate. That means an individual. It deals with an individual micro concept, and the macro concept it deals with group of people. So micro means the individual problems, individuals opinions, the micro ethics will be dealing with. Okay, I think the concept is clear. So here are the some ethics we will be studying in the ethics in engineering. So applied ethics, normative ethics, and descriptive or comparative and meta ethics. So what is applied ethics? So what it is telling is, so it tells the questions, it asks the questions, what are to be studied, what are to be studied, bhaiya, what are to be studied. So I think it don't follow the uniformity. It won't be following the uniformity. That means it will be different. We have to study each and every case differently. That means mercy killing and illegal abortion. These two subjects will be studied differently. So this is what this is what tells about the applied ethics. So normative ethics. So it will be telling you about what ought to be. So what it is telling, what ought to be. That means it is suggesting what ought to be. That means what you can be, like what you can be. Suggestive, I think you understood. You understand. Art itself is the definition. So it is also telling you about the cutoff point. Like take a scale of 10 points. If you cross the 6 pointer, then you will be ethical in nature. So it just tells about the cutoff point after which you will be ethical. So after that, descriptive or comparative, it inquires about positives and negatives. So take an example, love marriage and arranged marriage. So what are they? I think for so love marriage also positives and negatives also there. For arranged marriage also there will be positives and negatives. So this is what is studied by the descriptive or comparative ethics. So then what is meta ethics? So what is meta ethics? It is studying about the only positives, keeping away the negatives. That means a role model is there for you, and a hero will be there, like Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, or so many people are there for you. Some role model will be there, maybe cricketer also, Sachin or Kohli. So when you follow him, will only follow the positives. You will keep the negatives away. So this is what is telling by the meta ethics. I think the concepts are clear. Okay. Next we will be discussing the subject of relativism versus absolutism. So what is this? Ethics is philosophical. It is absolutely philosophical, but may not be unscientific. It may not be unscientific because the concepts of the happiness and other things is may not be measurable. They are not measurable. So that's why we say that they are not objective in nature. So philosophical, that means subjective, but these things are not measurable. So we don't we say it is not objective, but we can compare it. We can have a comparative index. So one person may be so much happy, but other person may not be. So this will be having comparative index. So that's why we will be saying it is not completely subjective. So we will be saying the ethics as subjectively objective. Subjectively because it is philosophical, objective because it is not absolutely unscientific, and have we can have comparative index. So that's why it is objective. And physics, if we take the physics bhaiya, then the physics is objectively subjective. Why objective? Because the length and breadth we can measure. Okay, that's why we call it as objective. But we'll be having different measuring systems that may be like MKS and CGS. So if we take this as a, then we call we call them as subjective in nature. It is different for different country. It will be different for different country. So we will call it as subjective. So physics is objectively subjective. Then we will talk about the probability. So what is probability? These are the definitions. I think the person who is not studying ethics also will be absolutely, these things are necessary day by day. These things are, you will be using it in every day. An engineering person or whatever, they will be using it. So what is probability? Probability होता क्या है? That means what is probability? Probability is observing honesty and truthfulness even if punished. That means you are honest and truthful. Someone came, you became IAS officer, and someone came, and like politician came. He's saying to do wrong things, but you are having you are a person who is having probity, and you say no. I don't. I will be truthful. I will be honest. Why I will be doing it? And then the politicians, what they can do? They can transfer you. They can punish you by various other things. So, but even if you are punished, you are transferred, but you won't be changed. You'll be following honesty and truthfulness. So this is what probability is. The example I can say, Dr. Kiran Bedi, who is recently transferred by the Puducherry government. Okay, let's talk about perseverance. Actually, it is not perseverance; it is perseverance. What is perseverance? Consistency and persistent. That means you had given an exam. You came here for to prepare IES examination. The first attempt you can't, second attempt you can't, third attempt you can't, fourth attempt you can't. You are still again preparing. You are preparing for the fifth attempt also. Then we will call you as a person who is having perseverance. That means consistent and persistent. I think you understood the concept. Okay. So what we had studied up to now, we had studied ethics, morality, then we studied values, and then we studied ethics versus law, and then studied the types of ethics: applied ethics, normative ethics, descriptive and meta ethics, probity and perseverance. Okay, I think we studied everything, but I want to say about the one thing: code of conduct. So here the code of conduct is it is, I think, a professional thing, that like it is also similar in nature with ethics, but it is related to law. Code of conduct is related to somewhat law. So we can say it code of conduct also. Next video I will cover it. Okay, and then in next video we will be seeing what is attitude, what is difference between attitude and aptitude, and then we will see different positive attitude and negative attitude, and then we will be dealing with Parkinson's law. What is Parkinson's law? Okay, and we will discuss about the important topic, ethical conflict. What is ethical conflict? Like what I will give you an introduction, like what is ethical conflict. You are having a friend, okay, and your friend is married, and that girl, for suppose her name is let's take her name as some Y. Okay, some Y. So, and you are having another friend, and this person and your friend's wife is having an affair, and that Y told him that I am not married. So what you can do? And you come to know this point, and you are close with both of them, and you come to know this, then what you can do here? It will be ethically conflict situation. So we'll talk about it later. So this is the first video. Like, subscribe and share. I think if any doubts, just ask me. It is a little bit confusing, but once you will get the concept, then it will be clear, and you can do the questions easily. I'm saying easily, and I will complete it within 3 videos. I'm promising. Thank you very much.